Welcome to AFRICUNIA television news updates, reaching you from the nation's commercial capital, Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Deborah, Ezeh, and many thanks for joining me. We begin from Nigeria, where several Nigerians, mostly students who are in Ukraine, are currently stranded even as Russia continues to attack the Eastern European nation. This is as the National Association of Nigeria Students in Ukraine sent out a Save Our Soul message to the President, Muhammadu Buhari, seeking immediate evacuation from Ukraine. The acting president of the National Association of Nigeria Students in Ukraine, Eunice Eliaka, pleaded with the federal government to come to their aid. In a letter to the president titled Matter of Urgency, in the letter of request to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, on Thursday, the students said cities occupied by Nigerians were under attack. Earlier on Thursday, the federal government expressed shock over the invasion of Ukraine by Russia. The government also assured Nigerians living in Ukraine of their safety, stating that measures are underway to evacuate Nigerians living in the country. And still in Nigeria, the International Monetary Fund says the long-term rate of the depreciation of Naira equates to a loss of 10.6% of its value annually since 1973. According to the IMF, this rate is 1.5 times higher than the long-term rate of the currencies of other emerging markets and developing economies at 7.2%, and sub-Saharan Africa at 7% over the same period. According to the IMF, exchange rate shocks have accounted for about 38% of the overall price shock, with about 62% of Naira's depreciation being reflected in inflation. And now in Sudan, a UN expert on Thursday urged Sudanese forces to stop firing live ammunition and tear gas as anti-coup protesters in a crackdown that has killed more than 80 people. Demonstrations have continued in the northeast African country since Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan left a military takeover on October 25th, sparking international condemnation and suspension of aid. Both the UN and the United States have made similar appeals, with Washington threatening further consequences if violence continues. And in Kenya, President Kenyatta officially endorsed longtime rival Raila Odinga on Wednesday. During an address before his Jubilee Party supporters, President Kenyatta said Raila Odinga meant well for the country. President Kenyatta urged leaders from central Kenya to cast their ballot for the 77-year-old Odinga's presidential elections. It will be the 5th time Odinga runs for president. The president's endorsement of Raila Odinga further isolates Deputy President William Ruto, who will run as the United Democratic Alliance nominee. And still on the African scene, 7 African heads of states gathered in Kinshasa on Thursday to assess a 2013 agreement aimed at cementing peace in the Democratic Republic of Congo's violence-torn East and the Great Lakes region. The Peace, Security and Cooperation Framework aims at fostering efforts to stabilize the region. The Kinshasa Summit, the 10th in series, brought together the presidents of the DRC, South Africa, Uganda, Angola, the Republic of Congo, Burundi, and the Central African Republic. And now we head to the foreign scene, where missiles pounded the Ukrainian capital on Friday as Russian forces pressed their advance, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky pleaded with the international community to do more, saying sanctions announced so far were not enough. Air raid sirens wailed over Kyiv amid unconfirmed reports that a Russian plane had been shot down and crashed into a building a day after Russian President Vladimir Putin launched an invasion that shocked the world. A senior Ukrainian official said Russian forces would enter areas just outside the capital Kyiv later on Friday, and that Ukrainian troops were defending positions on 4 fronts despite being outnumbered. An estimated 100,000 people has fled as explosions and gunfire rocked major cities. Dozens have been reported killed, while Russian troops seized the Chernobyl former nuclear power plant north of Kyiv as they advanced on the city from Belarus. And still on the foreign scene, clashes between Afghan and Pakistan security forces have killed 2 people and wounded several in the border region of the 2 neighbors, the latest in a series of such skirmishes. The forces started exchanging fire in a dispute over the setting up of a military checkpost in the southwestern border area that divides Sherman and Spit border districts. Both sides blamed each other for starting the clashes that later spread to several nearby villages. 2 civilians were killed and 22 wounded on the Afghan side, while 5 Taliban soldiers were also wounded. And still on the foreign scene, International Criminal Court prosecutor Karim Khan on Friday expressed his concern over the Russian invasion of Ukraine and said his court may investigate possible war crimes in the country. Following the Russian annexation of Crimea in March 2014 and the subsequent fighting in eastern Ukraine between pro-Russian rebels and Ukrainian government forces, Ukraine accepted ICC jurisdiction for crimes against humanity and war crimes committed on its territory since February 2014. The preliminary examination was closed, but a formal request to judges to open a full investigation has not been filed yet. However, the courts can investigate alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity committed on the territory of Ukraine, regardless of the nationality of the alleged perpetrators. And now on to the sports scene. Dortmund are taking on the mantle as favourites to leave the Europa League after their surprise exit from the Champions League in December. And so when Rangers won 4-2 in the knockout round playoff, first leg in the Westfalen Stadion last Thursday, it was seen as a shock. The Jazz have now reached the last 16 of the competition for the third season in succession, and after extinguishing the favourite by the way of two professional performances, will fancy their chances of advancing even further. And that's all from us on News Update today. Do ensure to follow all our social media platforms to stay connected and up to date with news and other programs. Also visit our website on www.africunia.tv. Once again, I'm Deborah Ezeh. Have a beautiful weekend.